Up CYBL Army and family, welcome back to the channel. This video covers two announcements that came out from CYBL in last couple of days. We'll talk about the price action, we'll talk about the price potential, we'll talk about the impact. Now, every single time an OTC traded stock or penny stock or any other stock, for a matter of fact, as a company, they announced, I always look for the impact and where it can add the value for a particular stock. This is precisely, we are going to talk about CYBL. Two announcements precisely. I wanted to mention that they have hired a key executive on their team that will help them grow the revenue into the UAS business unit. And the second announcement that came out from CYBL before a day and a half is they acquired this global sales company called PennyStocks SHPK. We'll talk about how they can add value, what is the potential, where CYBL stock is headed, what are the pros and cons. Ladies and gentlemen, hit that like button so this video can reach to more and more people. That also motivates me to build more and more videos around CYBL and many other cryptos and stocks that we cover on this channel. Your help is very much appreciated. So help me help you, as well as motivate me so we can do more and more, a lot better in 2022 on this channel. Hit that like button, subscribe button as well. That way I can make sure that these videos are reaching over to you. You can turn on the notification bell that will send you a notification every single time I post the video and you don't miss out on the CYBL updates. Now let's take a look what is happening with the CYBL stock itself. Number one, right now we are up to 2.5%, 260. For 5 days we are up 10%, almost 10%. We have done pretty good from 230 to 260, which is, once again, it's more than, if you take a look right here, if we draw this particular chart, take a look, we were up at one point almost 25%, which means $100 can turn into $125. Same way, $1,000 can turn into $1,250. It's a $250 gain. Now, why it is relatively low risk gain, I'll talk about that. But let's take a look what happened for last 1 month. We're up 28%. So anyone who bought the stock before a month, they are almost making 28%. Not only that, from 2 cents, it went to 3 cents. It's more like a 50% gain if someone has sold the stock at 3 cents. Now, that's not the point. I will cover more into this particular chart that I'm going to talk about. We'll talk about the volume, the way CYBL is booking the volume. But before that, I want to cover this particular news about the key hire. So CYBL Corporation announces Mr. Paul as a chief test pilot and member of CYBERLUX Technical Advisory Board to help drive company's US acquisition and strategic IP development for the high growth UAS market segment. Now, what this means is this Flight Eye US business unit has appointed an individual drone racing league world champion, Mr. Paul, as the chief of the department that will advance their Flight Eye products, business model, strategic intellectual property, which is IPs, patents, so on and so forth, and they'll help them grow the business. Now, let's take a look why the company is doing what they're doing. In August, they launched Flight Eye Unmanned Aircraft System, or UAS business unit, to leverage off its core technology and capability to provide the impact the next generation military grade US product. Now, why this is important? Because the company's biggest customer is Department of Defense, or DoD, and many other government agencies that they're providing them with the LED and other technologies that will help them making safe and secure their job on a daily basis. Also, that they have proprietary LED lighting, infrared night vision capability, thermal sensor technology, and eye in the sky monitoring capabilities with the LiDAR, one of the latest technology into the industry with mapping and reception technologies via LiDAR. The Flight Eye business unit is immediately focused on existing Department of Defense. They want to get more and more revenue. And when you have revenue from government agencies and government itself, especially with DoD, Department of Defense, it's mostly the guaranteed revenue as long as you provide the service with the level that they're expecting, as well as the product of the same level after quality and assurance. Now, what happens with the existing, this particular research and development opportunity? They have observe and monitor alerting system, collision advanced capability, collision avoidance capabilities beyond line of sight operations, urban area operations, so on and so forth. With this particular appointment, what they're trying to do is they want to make even robust product in an efficient way. They want to also innovate their own technology and making sure that they are keeping their skills current into the market. They're one of the leader into the industry, so on and so forth, that they can expand their business portfolio. Now their CEO says, we have searched all year for the best chief technical pilot officer who can literally take all the US hardware and software to the limits and help us drive technological development. Now, how this unit impacts the business. If you know that CYBL in the past gave us this breakdown, and this is the old breakdown. Right now, their expectation or guidance is about 44.5 million or close to 45 million for the financial year 2022. So this is a bit dated data, but this remains pretty consistent in terms of the guidance and the pointers for all of their business units. We are talking about number one, that is Flight IUAS, which has the most revenue projection for 2022, which is why this is important. Now, when you have $15.2 million projection with the new guidance, we'll see how that works out, but they have a global market of 57 billion US dollars. Now, what that means is CYBERLUX at this point is not a global company. In other words, they do not have a ton of business in Europe, in APAC or Asian region, so on and so forth. What they're doing is they're expanding in North America, especially with the agencies, security and protection agencies or Department of Defense agencies. They're trying to also expand in the South American region as well, but they do not have a ton of presence in the other parts of the world. Now, Flight IUS solution is going to bring them $15 to $20 million in revenue for 2022. What I am personally trying to find out is how this particular hire will add the value into the revenue, because revenue is at the end of the day profit for the company and profit for the investors and shareholders. So that part is not 100% clear, but that's okay. Right now we're talking about a stock that is 2 cents. But once again, keep that in mind that you're looking for an impact for any action. And with that, I want to also cover the second announcement that just came out before a day and a half, which is the Critex SHPK build, which is an infrastructure solution, software solution unit that will deliver the global SaaS technology for the company that will help them expand in North America, Europe, and South America. Now, you want to notice that this particular company is a software development company. They have about 30 to 35, or let's take a look right here. CYBERLUX with a staff of 38, including 30 software development and customer support engineers. Importantly, this acquisition will provide the existing customer that CYBERLUX Corporation, CYBL, has the revenue technical capabilities to execute the digital software platform strategy and add a ton more value into the infrastructure. That's how I take it. Now, this particular company is a company that provides, they have already clients connected. They are into the automotive space. They are into a ton of space: automotive, communication, construction, engineering, financial, industrial manufacturing, public sector, retail, and utilities. All these sectors are supported by this particular company. But what is not clear to me, and on this channel, I talk to you about pros and cons, good and bad, and what are the opportunities for a company, which is where we can add a value into our research and analysis. So hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. But what I'm trying to tell you right now is how this particular company, Critex, is adding potential into the revenue is kind of questionable at the moment, at least in my personal opinion. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm merely doing the research analysis and like to share with you and giving back to the community. But I really want to know how much money CYBL spent into this acquisition, number one. Number two, how this will add revenue impact for CYBL. Now, if it's a smaller payout, I think that's fine because it adds a ton of value for company. But they're talking about the stock valued between 2 cents to 25 cents. In my opinion, it's much more than 10x what we are talking about. Yes, I truly believe that CYBL has the potential to go from 2 cents to 10 cents. And now, if they want to go about 20 cents, 25 cents, we need to look at the authorized share and outstanding shares. Their outstanding shares are 5.7 billion. Now, if this stock goes to 10x, 15x, 20x, this is going to be a challenge because the outstanding share will skyrocket their market cap, which they may or may not be able to support. Their market cap right now is 145 million. Now, if it is 10x, yes, it's doable. 1.4 billion, that's doable. If it's a 100x, I'm not sure, because at this point, what we're looking into is 14.4 or $15 billion valuation and market cap. Now, that can happen. 100% that can happen. If you take a look right here, once again, going back to this chart, the SaaS solution is bringing in $3 $3 million in revenue, more or less. So it's one of the least revenue business segment into the 4 divisions that CYBL or CYBERLUX has. So I'm not super worried about the acquisition or how it will add the value. What we should be focusing on at the moment is US solution, advanced lighting solution, which has ton of contracts with the government agency. Of course, the ITS, because it can have exponential growth. Take a look from 3.1 million, they're doubling up or more than doubling up 7.6 million. Whereas infrastructure software solutions, they are probably looking into some of the contracts with the government agencies, so on and so forth. We'll be able to see how that projects out in general, but you want to keep an eye out as to every single news, how it adds value for CYBL or for any other company as a matter of fact, and how it will impact in general the profitability as well. Now, if you think about CYBL, it still has a very strong price point in my personal opinion that I really want to buy around 2.5 to 6 levels. For the record, I have invested myself in CYBERLUX Corporation. I do own stocks of CYBL as well. I truly believe that there is a potential in 2022 that CYBL can very well exceed 10 cents, and that's my once again personal opinion. You want to do your own due diligence and research. Why I'm saying that, in the past we have seen that CYBL went all the way to 6.5 cents and we got back to 2 cents, which was from 1 cent to 6.5 cents. So someone has invested, if someone has invested $1,000, turns into $6,500, which is a massive profit in my opinion. You don't get that kind of profit only in crypto, only in OTC or PennyStocks or some of the stocks that you might have found and you got lucky and you get that. But in CYBL, I do think there's a 5x potential in 2022. And I'll tell you, there are more reason to be bullish about CYBL. They're working on their share structure. Also, you want to take a look right here. Right now, our volume is pretty low. This is today's volume in about 1.5 hours into the trading session. We are looking at 3.7 million, whereas the average volume is almost 90 million, ladies and gentlemen. Take a look what happened. When we see about 90 million average volume, we are looking for last many days about 20 million, 27 million, 26 million, 40, 45, 34. So we are not even close to the average volume. Now, if the average volume goes higher, that means more and more people are interested into CYBL and buying. Now, this is an OTC traded stock, so there is a limitation. Not everyone can buy it, but take a look from 216 level, we are to 270 level, which is 6.006, so almost a little bit more than a half cent on a 2 cent stock, which is more than 25% gain just in 6 or 7 days. So there are a lot of swing traders, and I do believe it's not a bad thing in my opinion. If you are a swing trader, this is a great stock because there is a potential. If things don't work out in the short term, you can hold it for a long time. It is going to 5x. If it gives you 50% return, let's say in 5, 7, 8 days, you might want to sell that as well. Or even better, you want to sell 50% of your investment and try it for free with the rest and see where it takes you in the future, because you or I, we do not have crystal ball, but what we do is ton of analysis, research. We look into the RSI. Having said that, let's take a look how how CYBL rather was trading in last few days. Take a look. We went all the way here, 650. Then we went down right here around 5 cents level. We went a little bit below 5 cents and we created lower and lower highs. What's happening right now is there is one great potential to cover the price point, which is 3 cents. We are unable to get beyond 3 cents in the interim. We'll have to see where the stock is headed. Now, having said that, once again, I wanted to mention that if the stock goes about 3 cents, the next level could be 3.5 cents, and quite honestly, it'll go to 4 cents pretty quickly, which is where it has a stronger resistance. And once again, once you go about 3 cents, before you go to 4 cents, this becomes your stronger support, which means the stock will have a hard time going below 3 cents, regardless of short sellers, so on and so forth. One thing that can matter the most is one of the news, how the company ends the year 2021. What are the projections for 2022? I think CYBL has done a great job dividing themselves into 4 different focus areas, as you see right here. And this focus area will add a ton more value because they are going to be laser focused what they want to hit as their own business units. So there's a ton of potential coming out. I wanted to share this information with you. Hit that like, subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.